Hey everyone, Genome here. Pat you with something I haven't done in quite a while, actually. It's a contest entry for someone in the comics community. This contest is hosted by Tim over at the Comic Collectors channel, and he's having a comic book community shout-out contest. So it's kind of a cool thing, and it's a good way to get a little bit of advertisement, if you will, to other channels out there. Even though most channels I'm going to name have way more subs than me, so I'm not sure if you count what I do advertising, but we all have different, viewers, so who knows, you might pick up a sub or two out of this. Hopefully you do, but if nothing else, it allows me to get my abject appreciation out there. So the contest actually states you need to shout out at least 3 channels. I'm going to go ahead and do 5, just because I'm going to actually take 3 of my Graders Notes people in there, and then just 2 others. But I don't want to get be too unwieldy, because you know me, I can't make a reasonably lengthy video. So let's just jump right in there, shall we? So I'll start with my cohorts on the Graders Notes show. As you all know, 4 of us get together and dissect older issues and see if they were actually good or not. So fun show, gets pretty great crowd participation. So I believe I have to name my compatriots. So the person I'll name is the man who I've dubbed the ambassador of the comics community. That's none other than Metarog. Metarog's been doing contest wrap-up videos, weekly ones, for a long time. Him and JB over at Discovery Bay, by the way, both do excellent work at that. Metarog also does, he's really the most well-rounded channel out of all of our team, because he'll do dissections of a lot of older stuff, like Silver Age and up stuff too. Great knowledge of the industry throughout its decade since the 70s.
Someone has mixed an Amazing Spider-Man in with the Peter Parker the Spectacular Spider-Man series. This will not stand. And
just a great channel to watch and a joy to talk to as well. So great channel. I can't praise it enough, especially all the work he does, helping others in the community, getting their contests out there. In fact, I think I found this contest through him. So keep it up, Roger. So next, I'm going to come up to the Macho Head himself, Comic Head 84. We're talking about the DaVinci of the comics book community. He does a little bit of everything, and he is an editing extraordinaire.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
To say the least. Great content. He's a specialist in live streams, even though he has been somewhat removed from that medium shortly, so he has to go through other people's channels, unfortunately, so hopefully that'll get reversed.
I'm sick of your bullshit.
But if not, he'll be back before we know it, so we can't wait till he is. But yeah, he is our wrestling expert, our resident wrestling expert, especially from like the era that I like, the 80s and the early 90s or whatever, when wrestling was at its peak, Just great, funny content. He's got a spot-on Macho Man. Freaking impersonation's great. He's really knowledgeable about, Copper Age and above, especially, newer stuff. He's really hyped, he's hyped up on. Great artist as well, by the way. Doesn't talk about it much, but yeah, he does some great artwork as well. So just a great channel to be around, and a great person to talk with on the show. So keep it up, Kenny. Next, much to my chagrin, I must also include my other compatriot. Of the 4, he's probably the least liked. Okay, he might be not the least. Could be me. But nonetheless, he is an extremely knowledgeable man. I'm talking about none other than Mr. Miracle, coming to us from the great white north of Canada.
My worst nightmare involved a pack of rabid wolves. I was stuck somewhere in the Yukon.
I know I harp on that a lot, but it gives me something to talk about with you, other than your disdain for the comics that I choose. Mr. Miracle's channel is a little bit generalized, but it really specializes in speculation, and it's not in current spec, which a lot of other channels do. Not on stuff that's hitting the newsstand now. He digs back deep from 70s and up, finding just kind of strange out there books with a first appearance, or even a hinted first appearance of something that almost no one would know about, or a lot of people wouldn't know about who aren't in the serious know. So yeah, he just has a a great speculation like portion, probably my favorite one actually, on his channel. So yeah, good stuff there. Great content creator, and I guess he's an okay grader on the books as well, so I can't take that away from him.
I don't know what you're talking about. Hey.
He does like Star Wars movies, so I gave him a couple of points for that, you know. I don't know why. But, yep, so go check it out. Keep up the good work, Dave. We're all praying for you to move southward. So, next up, I'll go ahead and spotlight two more people who kind of deviate a little bit from the previous three that I mentioned, in the fact that they deal a little bit more on the other side of the comic stuff. That's more on the collectible side. The first one I'm going to highlight is Super Russ 9000. Good buddy of mine from North Carolina. Great guy, and he is probably the preeminent pop collector on YouTube or something. He's got a ton of them, and he's also a very big comic collector as well. Specializes in Superman. He's got a ton of Superman books. He's showing his entire collection, and man, it could go on for years. But just a fun channel, and he's great with his intros, man. Him and Comic Head both are really good with their intros, and it kind of makes me jealous, actually, in a way. Makes me want to do something a little more creative with mine. But yeah, so make sure you get over and check out Super Russ 9000. Great channel. Russ, you're a positive guy, and you know, the whole community appreciates you. And last but not least, I'm going to go into what was in the community probably my first subscriber, actually, and I met her through. Well, I didn't meet. I mean, met her through YouTube, through one of my earlier subs as well, Casual Unboxing. But that's Lindsays Geeked Out Knickknacks, or at least the artist that was formerly known as the Lindsays Geeked Out Knickknacks, which is now simplified down to Lindsay. So she has a generalized collectibles and comics channel, but she. I don't know, it's just every video she does, she'll have like 20 things to show, so it's like, and you never see the same thing twice with her, so it's really cool.
Credit where credit is due, madam. I can see you are a woman not only of breeding, but of wit and sagacity.
And she's just a great influence on the community, and she got behind the camera, I think about 6 months ago, and had a little trepidation at first, but just embraced it wholly, and now, you know, it's just like second nature to her, so, you know, kudos to you on that one. But, yeah, give her a channel a check out if you want to see something that's kind of all over the board as far as collectibles and comics go. Now, as far as, you know, tagging someone else to be in the contest with, I'm going to go ahead and tag Lindsay. For the fact, mostly, that she collects a lot of the newer stuff, and maybe we can get her exposed to some of the older stuff like you have in the prize pack there. I think that would be good to kind of help round out her collection a bit. Like me, I'm stuck completely in the past, so I have nothing new. But, yeah, so I figured since she's still actively collecting, she might really appreciate some of the older stuff. And, you know, couldn't happen to a nicer content creator. So hopefully this meets all the requirements that you were looking for. And you know, there's so many channels you want to name, and there's so many great people in the community. I mean, I can just go on and on. I actually created, I'll put a link down below. It needs updating, but I actually created a creator comparison to their their comic book counterpart. So basically, you know, what characteristics they had that kind of like gelled with a character in the comic books. Like, I'm trying to remember example of one that I used. No, it's none that's coming to me. But anyway, check the link below. It's a really fun video, I think, and give me a chance to play with the green screen some more, as you know I'm loving to do. So anyway, I'll go and wrap it up now. Tim, thanks so much for running the contest. You have a great channel. You're always very supportive in the comments. You're active in the live streams, and it's just great to have you. And really appreciate you throwing out such a great contest. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up now. Make sure to check out Chim's channel, and if for some reason you haven't, go ahead and sub up. And of course, sub up to any of the other 5 that I listed below. So until next time, this is Genome. Cross his fingers for another win this year. Out.